What will happen if you enter an abandoned building where mannequins track your movements and try to catch you when you don't look at them? This is the idea behind the game I'm developing, Eeriest Night. Welcome to the first Devlog. I want to create something simple with replayability, something fun to watch in streaming or YouTube videos, something that challenges you to do it yourself with no help, or maybe in the afternoon with your friends, and something that even it's not perfect, it's different somehow. To create this game, I want to take inspiration from the early Alone in the Dark ideas and some heart attacks from Nightmare House too. Well, the first reference is about lore, which required a bit more development. The other reference tried to make random heart attacks events that scare the player without focusing on jump scares. All it's about the environment.
No quiero seguir avanzando en este juego, culiao, no quiero. Por favor.
The game takes place in a stormy night, so I would like to express that feeling just with sound. That's why the music is not a big part of the game, at least for now. I don't know if you ever were in an abandoned house, but I swear even the most little crack can make you feel fear and insecure. But that's something we will discuss later, as I develop more things as the game. For now, let's focus on the core, where everything begins on this journey that I hope that you enjoy and follow until the end. In the first steps, I want to develop the mobility and the functionality of the player. Initially, there are characters and lore behind who the player is possessing, though in this video I want to speak about what I developed. The base character has a simple functionality. It can walk and sprint, but not jump. The cool feature about sprinting is that there's no measure bar around the screen. There will be almost no UI. I want to create something really immersive, so the fun part is that you will experience by yourself when you are tired because you are panting or your speed is getting slower over time. How does this work? The player press Shift and W, A, S or D to sprint to a location. Sprint has a duration that will vary depending on the difficulty. If you release the Shift button before you run out of stamina, you will recover it in a normal pace. However, if you consume all, you will have a punishment time, where it will take longer to recover, but only will recover stamina if you release the Shift button. So when people are in a panic, they will be punished, so I hope you have nerve of steel. The flashlight has some cool features. The first one is a delay input, so when you turn, it takes some time to actually get there. The second part is the flickering effect. The flashlight has a battery time. When the battery life reaches a certain point, the flashlight will start flickering on random times, with more or less frequency randomly. So you're right, it will flicker when more you need it. Also, when the battery goes down, it will like less. Obviously, if the battery reaches 0, you will have no light. Now, the frequency where everything happens, battery flickering threshold, maximum and minimum of flickers, battery lifetime, will depend on the difficulty you're playing on. The main enemy of this game is the mannequins. By now I've just developed the core functionality of this enemy. Mannequins have by now 4 states. The first one is wander state. If the mannequin is not being observed by a certain time, he will wander to a random place in random times, and every time he stops moving, he will take a random pose. So maybe you saw one there and when you come back, it's no longer there. The second state is chase target. If the mannequin sees a player, it will try to catch him and move toward him. However, this connects to the third state. If the player by any means sees the mannequin, it will stop moving immediately. That means it will freeze the position only if the mannequin is aware of that. As soon as the player stops looking at him, he will continue with his chase. A fun part is that maybe due to the player movement, the mannequin might lose the sight of the player, so he will pass to the fourth state, looking for, where it will trace the player up to a certain point. Again, the severity of these behaviors will vary with the difficulty, including the movement speed. There's a fifth state where the mannequin strangles the player, but I haven't done it yet. With this behavior, I want to turn things around. Usually, the players see the enemy face to face, and when it happens, it's a jump scare or similar, but in this game I want to feel the player insecure when a mannequin is close. I need to keep moving, but he's chasing me. I need to grab that key, but then I have to turn my back. Is it close? How long do I have until he grabs me? I'm constantly moving back and forth with that feeling of, you know it's there, you know it's chasing you, but you only can continue turning your back. And if you wonder, the flashlight doesn't affect them, so you might be chased in the dark. Cool, right? One of the parts that worries me in the game is the environment, the places, not the feds, but the places. So to make it as simple as possible with the best result possible, I want to use the Megascans library that is now tied to Unreal Engine, the engine where I'm developing it. Here you have some footage, but it's still in an early process. Well, in the next version I will focus on the first apartment. I want to design something with the Megascans library and maybe some free assets that works. Initially, as I told in my Discord community that you can join right now, link in the description, I am focused to release a little demo that brings more interested people to the project and give me some feedback about it. I keep thinking about how that demo might be because the project has several parts. I'm thinking about a single apartment with a few mannequins and everything scripted. The randomization will come in the release version. Aside from that, we created a little feedback form and honestly that was quite impressive. Thanks everyone, I see you in the next devlog.